The January transfer window has come and gone here at Norwich City. We have brought in the players that we've mostly wanted, but have they improved the squad? Hello and welcome back to Unemployed to Legend, episode 3, Club 3 with Norwich City. My name is Craig, and coming up in today's episode we've got two games, one in the FA Cup 4th round against Burnley, and then at home in the league against Sheffield United. We do start on the schedule screen because, as you can see from January, form, thankfully, has been rather good. We finally started picking up some wins in the league, albeit very narrow wins, but at this stage of the season we just want the points on the board because, well, we want to survive. Still using the 4-1-3-2 formation, as you can see at the moment. We are starting to get a bit of traction with using this formation. You can see the sort of players who are starting to score. Nketiah thankfully still scoring, Callum Styles, Christos Zolis as well. One of our better players in the squad who didn't really start off very well, but since we started playing him up front as an advanced forward, he has proved to be very, very good, but we won't see him in today's game against Burnley because he has the flu. So it's touch and go if he'll even be back for Sheffield United as well, which is on the telly, I've just noticed. So under the bright lights of Sky Sports, I'm going to guess. But that form that we have been on, barring the loss against Tottenham, which is kind of expected, we are sitting 15th in the league, 5 points clear of the bottom 3. Very, very nice to see. Here's hoping we can continue to, even if we're just in that midfield for the rest of the season, I'll be very happy because then we can build in the summer. Try and get rid of all the deadwoods that's in the squad currently, and hopefully just start rebuilding with younger players, which we have started doing in January. In fact, I may as well show you. Ben Davis, our main left back, he is joining Benfica, of all teams, in January at the end of the season. I don't know why Benfica want him, but good luck to them. But since you were last with me anyway, we've only had one more player come. In fact, no, 2 more players. I've just realised the last game you saw was against Sunderland, which was on the 15th. So we've brought in a couple more players since then. Santiago Caceres from West Ham United, 29-year-old midfielder slash defensive midfielder. Effectively, he's going to be our new half-back after Pereira will more than likely leave in the summer. £2.1 million for the 29-year-old. He's played a couple of games for us already. And as long as he remains solid, then he's going to be a very, very good purchase for us. He's a Premier League player as well, so he's more than capable for this level. And our other signing made on deadline day, Tobias Griello, 21-year-old Argentinian from Independiente in Argentina. Physically very good. Yes, technically not very good, unfortunately, but he'll be useful as a backup, I think. Only £2.3 million. He's played games over the past few years. Not as many as I'd probably like, to be honest, but he is either footed. Why? Because he can play left back and right back. Like I said, he's probably just going to be a player who we can make some money on later on because he's Argentinian with Premier League potential. So hopefully other teams might be fooled into thinking he's going to be very, very good later on. But those are the 2 signings, bar some loans that have gone out. And Daniel Barden, I think he's behind my head. Yeah, he's behind my head. He's gone for £100,000 to Reading in the Championship. Good luck to him. He's just been sitting in my reserves since we got here. But for now, we're going to turn our attention to the FA Cup. It's the first non-league game that I have showed, I think, in this entire series for, one calendar year in this game. So this is going to be the starting 11 that we're going to be sending out. There are a few players that I wouldn't normally play. In fact, Pereira can just sit in behind here. Eggestein, him and Eggestein can't play well together apparently. Can Holbert even play ball-winning midfielder? I mean, let's just have a quick look. I literally just realised I've forgotten to double check if the players will be good for this. In fact, yeah, he's more than capable of ball-winning midfielder. So let's have a look at Holbert in this role. Still experimenting with some players. New signing Suarez in goal. You would have seen him in the last episode. All the other transfers that we bought in January, by the way, they were talked about in episode 2. So if you want to have a better look at them, go back and watch that episode. Quite a few players who came in, about 5 or 6. And I think they are going to help us survive this season. Suarez in goal. Olivares, Sanabria, Amobamidel, and Lazaro. In fact, I want to rest Lazaro for this one. Where's Paddy? There he is. Paddy McNair, who can play right back as well. More than happy with him in there. And Lazaro can sit on the bench. In fact, I'm just looking at this. Scully, okay, he's fine. Ben Davies, I kind of want him as well on the bench. Why can I only have 7? This is silly. Why can we only have 7 substitutes in the FA Cup, but we can have 9 in the league? Someone help me out here. Right, that is how we're going to go. Paulo Cesar. Do you know what? I'm impressed with this guy. I feel like I'm just doing my starting 11 right here and now. I really haven't had a proper look at it, have I? Let's have a look. I've gone through the defence. McNair will be in place instead of Lazaro at right back. Pereira at the base of the midfield. Z, Holbert and Eggestein in midfield. Paulo Cesar and Nketiah are the 2 strikers up front. And let us get into this and hopefully give ourselves a nice little boost in our form. That's what the FA Cup has effectively been used for. We somehow made it past Wolves in the last round, and I'm very, very happy for that. Medias give you a lot of credit. Go out there and show why you have been in decent form recently. Tottenham result notwithstanding. A very slow start to this first half. I say slow start. Of course, we're in like the 40th minute now as Mobamido cuts out that ball very, very nicely. Nketiah play it through. Nketiah is through here. It's the first chance we're seeing. Oh, he slots that lovely. Almost through the keeper's legs. He slots that lovely. That's not even a sentence. But Paulo Cesar justifying why I'm starting him. And that's the sort of thing he does very well. He does drive the team forward. And he makes sort of passes just like that. He's very good at the link-up play, which is why he's very useful for a deep line forward role. And it comes as no surprise that he was runner-up in the Premier League Young Player of the Month for January. Because I'm forgetting which month we're even in at the moment. Very well done. Nketiah bagging another goal. Still sort of inconsistent in the way that he scores, or how often he scores. But that does put us 1-0 up at the break. Very well done, guys. Keep that up. And let's see if we can seal ourselves a place in the 5th round of the FA Cup, which I still think is midweek in the game. I still don't get why they do midweek cup games. Instead of just putting it at a weekend, are you telling me you can't do what you did before and just move Premier League games? Although I suppose it gives a chance for like our reserve players to actually get some more game time. For example, Suarez in goal. He is our cup goalkeeper, so he's obviously going to be very happy as long as he's playing in the cups. Long term, I would like to see him take over from Freddie Woodman, but Freddie Woodman for the moment will be our league goalkeeper, most likely for the rest of the season, as he's the more experienced, of course, with trying to keep Norwich up. And here's hoping that we can still do that. I know we're 5 points clear, but there's still 13 games to go. We still have to play Burnley in the league, actually. Saying that, I think we still have to play them at their ground. Alright, I think it's time for some substitutions. What we're going to do, Mark Scully, he can play advanced forward. We found that out in our time at Wickham. He can actually do that. And Callum Styles is going to come on. What we are going to do, Eggestein is going to take a rest. Z, he can't actually, he can't do box to box. Can you do ball in midfielder? No, he can't. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to leave Z as the central midfielder. Yeah, that's fine. Styles can be the box to box midfielder as well. He's more than capable of going forward. And he'll be the fresher man, so I suppose we're going to need someone with a bit of stamina who can go up and down the entire pitch. Sorry, that's going to be quite fast. There we go. Let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. There we are. So we do have one more substitution, and our defence is actually starting to look very, very tired. So what we are going to do is we are going to make this substitution. I could use the little box down here that was just showing me, oh, this person needs to come off, but we'll do it through here. Omubamido is going to take a rest, and Quaresma, new signing, Eduardo Quaresma will come on for the final 10 minutes. Paddy McNair is also tired. He's going to be resting hopefully the next game anyway against Sheffield United, because we want Lazaro in that role. I just wanted to give Lazaro a rest because he's had so many games recently. Oh, what the heck happened? Oh my god, how did that not go in? Oh, oh, we're living a charmed life there. That was mad. What happened? You're going to drop it back to balance there. But that was crazy what I just saw. the goal just had a charmed life there. Oh god, that just went over as well. As we just want to do a little bit of time wasting. I keep forgetting we have passing directness on short. Come on, I need that instruction box. There we go. Again, the normal game management stuff. Just slow it all down. Just slow the game down, and we try and pick up a priceless cup win. There's 5 seconds left. Come on. No, don't do this to us. Don't do that to us, thank goodness. Was that still Chris Wood? Why is he still there? Go to Newcastle. In fact, it doesn't matter because Burnley are going out of the FA Cup and we are into the 5th round. Very, very good. Nice victory. Well done. Hopefully gives us a nice little bit of momentum again going into the Sheffield United match. I don't know why I was expecting to see a league table there. We obviously were not going to get one. Right. Norwich Edge type Burnley contest. Absolutely. Here's hoping we could do that again in the league. Getting a little bit of money for that. 91,000. Finances wise, of course, don't look particularly great at the moment. But it's alright. Yeah, we're looking at 36 million down. But again, Premier League prize money will be coming in. And hopefully that will involve us staying in the league as well. Speaking of which, we will be back for a league game. Home against Sheffield United. Mid-table clash coming up. Alright, second match up against Sheffield United. This is the starting 11 for I say crucial Premier League game. It's just another step, hopefully, on the way to survival. Woodman is back in goal. Davies, Charisma, Omobamidele and Lazaro as the back four. Caceres at the base of the midfield in that half-back role with Styles, Krau and Eggestein ahead of him. And Scully and Nketiah up front. I was hoping to bring Zolis back in for this match, but I think it's behind my head again. Oh, you could just about see it. He's got that half a heart. He's just come back from the flu, so I'm just going to rest him for this game and bring him back for the next match. So Nketiah will continue in that advanced forward role. Hopefully he'll have confidence from that goal, the winning goal against Burnley in the FA Cup. But what is different though is Scully is playing as that sort of deep line forward role that Caceres normally plays. Caceres, I was considering starting him instead, but I just want to have a look at Scully in that role and just see if that will do anything. Right, let's just pump some fists and just say we trust these players. Trust them to make the difference. That's absolutely fine, we'll leave it at that. They seem motivated. He was hoping they go out and grab the 3 points. Carrow Road is still not filling it out, which is a bit of a shame, but at the same time, well, they're saying that there seems to be a lot more fans here than certainly when I first came to this club. Like, literally, it was half empty. It was kind of sad to see. Understandable though, Norwich were struggling down in the bottom 3. The fans are probably thinking, oh, it's another relegation season, then we'll come back up the following season. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully we'll stay in the Premier League again. As Lazaro has a free kick, and there is Omobamidele. He puts the ball in the back of the net, but there is a suspicion of offside. Oh, he's got his hands up. He's got his hands up. This could be a goal if you don't like those spoilers. The goal is awarded. Omobamidele gets himself another headed goal, his 4th of the season. I'm sure he's had more than that. I can never trust this graphic down at the bottom where it says 4th goal of the season or X amount of goals in a season, because sometimes it does get it wrong. I mean, sometimes it says it's that player's 1st goal of the season when I know it's like their 3rd or 4th. But whatever, regardless, we are 1-0 up with our first chance of the game. Very, very happy to have got ourselves an early goal. As Lazaro with another free kick. He is sort of the free kick specialist of this team, which is why I'm very happy to have him in that sort of wing-back role at the moment. Davies on the left-hand side. If he can just find someone in the middle. There is Nketiah. He has got the confidence, and that is his 7th goal of the season. I know that is his 7th goal of the season. Like I said, inconsistent. But that's 2 games in a row which he's bagged. And if that means there's competition between him and Zolis, then so be it. I'll happily go with whoever is the informed man at the moment. Zolis is out, obviously, after having the flu. Nketiah taking full advantage of being the man up front, sort of our focal points. The deep line forward playing balls to him, obviously, and Nketiah as the advanced forward playing off the deep line striker. I feel like I've become much more tactical, or trying to be more tactically aware as this series has progressed, which is a good thing. But at the same time, it's not something that I ever thought I would, well, try to get to grips with. I've actually been a youth coach in real life, and as much as tactics aren't really a big thing at youth level, just trying to give some instructions to players. It's almost like, what do we do here in a certain situation? Because sometimes when you try and rely on others with a little bit more knowledge than you, I say a little bit more, a lot more knowledge than you, either you know what they're talking about or you don't. And if you don't know what they're talking about, it's almost as if you kind of get looked down a little bit upon, because you never really had that experience. But I'd like to think I'm trying to bridge that gap a little bit now. I don't have the playing experience of, actually playing even amateur or semi-pro. Well, one back there by Lazaro. There is Scully, who brings the ball forward. Lazaro manages to keep hold of it, just loses it again, and it's back to Amoba Midel. Play it through to Quaresma. Lovely stuff. But Football Manager certainly helps in me trying to be a bit more tactically aware, as Davies is trying to put the ball in here. There is Crowell. Oh, what a finish. His first goal of the season. I think that is actually his first goal, because he's normally someone who just sits in the midfield, mops up any loose balls, or tries to win the ball back, of which he can do quite well. Never really seen him trying to do a long shot. It's normally Callum Styles who has that honour. In this case, though, it's him and Davies supplying Crowell. And look what it means to Crowell. He's got his arms up, waving and flying about like an aeroplane. Very good to see. Ball is through here. Who the heck? Sorry, who is RDT? I don't want to know. In fact, yes, I do want to know. It is... Oh, it's this guy. Might see him just down here. Yeah, there you go. You could just about see him there. Not going to say his name while the game is actually playing, but that's the first time I've probably seen somebody's name initialed like that. I mean, I haven't gone far enough into a save to be able to say, oh, this new gen is initialed. As we just about make it to half-time. We are 3-0 up at the break. Very, very good. Passing's been good. Keep it up in the second half, lads. Very good. First half. That deep-lying forward role is really serving the team quite well for Scully and Paulo Cáceres? So Paulo Cesar, which is excellent stuff. Lazaro, sorry. We know him by Lazaro, as Scully is the one who the ball is being aimed at. It's normally the other way around, isn't it? I know he's been used to being a target man. There's Lazaro again. All the good stuff coming through him at the moment. Davies. He is, I was supposed to say, pass out to the left back. He is the left back. Davies again. Who's on his way, as I've mentioned, to Benfica. That's quite the interesting transfer for a 33-year-old. Porto and Benfica normally rely quite heavily on their youngsters, obviously very good academies, of which them, alongside Sporting Lisbon, we will be trying to raid, as Nketiah gets very close to a second goal there, and he is just shoved out there by the defender. He's got the confidence, I'll give him that, as we have a corner there, and it doesn't quite get to Amoba Midel's head, I think. Is he still forward? No, it's Nketiah. We're aiming at Nketiah. I swear he's only 5'10". Oh, refuge. He's just been taken out. He's been cleaned out. Get him off. Red card. There we go. Mbuemo, sorry, is off. Straight red. And that's a dent in Sheffield United's plans. And hopefully it will boost us. As the advice saying, yeah, they're trying to hit us on the counter-attack. Obviously, they're going to be try to be a bit more defensive, because down to 10 men, aren't they? I think that was their left. Yeah, that was their left winger. As you can see here, you could just about see it. They have gone more narrow, because obviously they just lost one of their wingers. Some of our players, our forward players especially, starting to look a little bit tired. Eggestein especially, he hasn't quite hit the heights that I kind of expected of him. He is one of the better ability players in the squads, but I don't know if he's being hamstrung a little bit. I say that, he's on a 7.2. It's not like he's terrible. He is having quietly good games. I don't know, maybe I just expected a little bit more from him. Who knows? Regardless, let's have a look. We are going to take Styles off, because Styles is on a yellow card. What we are going to do, Eggestein is going to move across to that attacking midfield role, and Holbert will be the box-to-box midfielder. He has played that role a couple of league games this season. He's actually scored from one. He scored from a corner, believe it or not, in a recent victory, and that was a feel-good moment, because he is one of Norwich's own players. And obviously for the Norwich fans to see one of your homegrown players, well, for any fans actually, to see one of your homegrown players scoring and doing well, absolutely fantastic. Let's have a look. Let's have a look defensively as well. Sanabia, he's someone he's complacent. Really? Paddy McNair. Do you know what? I want Paddy McNair to come on for Lazaro because I just want to make sure Lazaro's not completely burnt out. He played a lot of games in January, and Paulo Cesar is going to come on as well for Scully. Nketiah can hopefully see out this match again. Just let him have the game time. It's not like he's had a crazy amount. Free kick, and it is another goal. Quaresma. But I think it is going to be ruled out for offsides. There's no hands up this time. There's no woohoo from Quaresma here, so I think it is going to be ruled out. I nearly got caught out. Oh, it's been awarded! Okay, I didn't expect that. I didn't see any hands up. So Quaresma, I think that's his first goal for the club. In FM22 anyway, as I've mentioned before, he did play for my Norwich side in FM21. But Quaresma getting on the score sheet. That goal actually caught me off. I didn't expect a free kick so late there. I just thought the game was going to peter out, which is why I was just going to be like, game is wearing down now, and here is the 3-0 victory. I'll take the 4-0. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, lads. Absolutely well done. Happy with the result and the way you played. Yes, definitely. Dominant win for the Canaries. That is certainly a very pleasing performance. I think that's our best performance since I've arrived at the club. Let's just have a look at the league table then. Confirmation, we are sitting nicely in mid-table currently, 28 points in 26 games, so points to game ratio, we're looking good. The aim, of course, get to that 40-point mark as quickly as possible, 8 points clear of the bottom 3. Long may that continue, that we get away from the bottom 3. So we are going to come back, I think maybe once or twice more before the end of the season. Oh, this game. Leeds, 18th, I think we have to come back for that Leeds game. Obviously, if Leeds are still 18th or somewhere around there, hopefully we get further away. If we come back and we beat them, we'll just go right through to the end of the season, especially as we do need the points before April, because this whole run that we have in April, Chelsea, Man City, Everton and United, I want to get the points on the board before that run. So we're back for Leeds and Leicester in about halfway through March. And here's hoping we can secure that all-important survival for Norwich. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button so you don't miss the end to the season here at Norwich City. Here is hoping survival is on the cards for us. It's looking good, and long may that continue. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support on the series, and thank you for your patience this week. It's been a few days since the video has come out. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.